B is considered inexperienced.
Probably compared to these guys in DM, yes.
Well, it's going to be Persian-Japanese war on each side, and as we can see, Demo is actually going for stable, so it is 3 stables this time before he goes for the castle, and he will be playing as Persians in yellow up against Nick Ark playing in red as Japanese. You want to introduce the top?
At the top there is Chocobo in green as Japanese versus Persians Smurfarg. It looks like Chocobo is going for full halves, same as Nick. Arg.
Yeah.
And again, funny, why is Persians going for stable halves? Do you think he was in case he was
Barracks
versus
Alps? Yeah, I think he thought he was against Persians. His scouting, if you look at where his scout is, I don't even know where his scout is. But
yes, I can see it.
Died, so yeah. Interesting choice to go full halves.
Definitely. Oh,
Usually...
we see Andrew going very aggressive with his early paladins, try and kill some vills probably.
Yeah, that's what he likes to do. Raid as much as possible with some early paladins, or sometimes if he's making camels, he'll even use camels. And he's actually going straight to the other Persian player, which is much more important.
You kill 4 vills. It's really bad at the beginning of DM because you need those vills for your building production. If you lose them all, then you can get very far behind the other player.
Oh, he doesn't have many left. He has, what, 5 or 6 villages left?
And he's going straight for castles, so I mean, Chocobo could just push really fast. He'll have so much more army much faster, and Red's playing very defensively because Yellow's going...
Because Yellow's Persian, so in general you play very defensively against the Persian player because you know you're probably going to be losing the fight in the long run. So if you just mass up your army and defend at home, it means the first push coming in won't be as successful and you won't get destroyed or wrecked in one go. I kind of think that's what he was going for, but then he realized that Demo was going straight for the other Persian player instead, and that was a big problem for their team.
But he just went in with halbs only, and obviously Demo has castles up by now, so he can't push with halbs. He needs siege.
But the thing is, like, he's trying to do what Chocobo's doing. Notice the castle on the hill from Chocobo, all those halbs patrolling around, the mass scorpions, double castle, triple castle actually, just to defend that area.
But I mean, going full halbs versus Japs is
interesting.
Somewhat suicidal.
Especially since heavy scorpions.
Hit faster, don't they?
They do 20% attack speed bonus, plus the scorpion set they'll be making.
Yeah, and the hill and the castles, or soon to be castles.
Yeah, Chocobo's done a really good job securing this, and he's got a really nice map to defend at the front. It's not every day you'll see that.
Yeah, Chocobo's already slinging Demo to full elephants and siege.
Yep.
And Demo's walling the bottom half of the map to stop his trade getting raided.
No, well, it looks like Smurfarg is somewhat experienced in DM. He's also walling up the top of the map while he's trying to push with still just halbs, though. He doesn't have Scorpion backup, he doesn't have siege workshops at the front. He's got all his castles really far back in defensive, and this is just giving Chocobo so much time to do whatever he wants. Chocobo's also got a really nice map. He's actually farming a lot as well, so I expect that we'll see more sling coming into Demo as well later on in the game.
And if you look at the eco, like, neither of the ARG players have any farms at all, but when you look at Demo and Chocobo, they're preparing for their full economy. That's just sending their vills.
Well, the other team is playing really defensive right now, so you can afford to do so. Look at how far forward Chocobo's walling. Oh my god.
He's walling the same spots, basically, just to get the map control.
That's really nice. I mean, a Persian player just playing defensive in this matchup. Wow, that is not something you... And the forward castle to deny the trade.
Yes, that would be... Because what is Smurf doing right now? Is he making army, or is he
I think he was just so far behind because he lost like 5 or 6 vills when he only had 10.
But still, he's not transitioning to elephants or anything, he's just sticking with this.
Yeah, I don't understand. He's got a lot of resources. He's got 12,000 food and 7,000 gold. He does have a lot of scorpions, though. Look at those scorpions just tear through the halbs from Chocobo.
Yes, very nice. But I mean, Chocobo is going to bring even more, so he'll just win with Scorpions versus Scorpions.
I think the bigger problem right now is Nick Arg's base right now. He's making onagers to deal with Persians. It's not terrible, but
Yeah.
I mean, Demo just has way too much here.
Yeah, I mean, the Persian player at top should have been aggressive, and the Japanese Scorpions actually get the +1 range. But there's also a lot of onagers and Smurf so it looks like Chocobo's going to have some issues there.
I think he's just trying to delay them as much as possible, because without trade,
yeah.
they're going to be really, really far behind, so it doesn't matter. And with Demo pushing as hard as he is, he's got siege ramps coming in, and he's going, well, he hasn't dropped forward siege workshops, surprisingly enough. I guess he doesn't feel like there's a need.
He needs it. Like,
Yeah.
look at the amount of rams he's got, and they're all full HP, and Red's base already ceasing to exist, and they've got full trays, and Chocobo still slinging.
Well, with War Elephants you can, and Chocobo's the one applying pressure right now, so yeah, he can sling all he wants. And, I mean, Smurfark hasn't
raiding
even
with Paladins
threatened those
as well.
castles.
Killing another 10 or so vills.
Onagers as well.
Just harassing the eco completely.
Well, he can afford to, because right now, Nick Arg is just collapsing. Let's have a look at resources. Demo's got 9,500 food, 3,000 gold. Chocobo's got quite a bit of food as well. Well, he's just slung it all away, I think, again. And he's 177 pop, Demo 189, 90 for Smurf Arg, and 40 for Nick Arg right now. And look at the resources of both of the Arg players. They're sitting really high on resources and they're not spending it or getting popped because they're just getting pushed so hard. And monks, finally monks, but I think it's too little too late.
Yes.
With this massive
Indeed.
Scorpions, I don't know. How are you supposed
But
to
the
stop
thing is,
this?
I think Chocobo, like, I reckon he could just destroy Blue, but he's not pushing because he thinks I can just sling Demo and kind of wait.
Yeah, interesting walls
'Cause
coming up from
He
Nick
could
Arg
just
in the
make
corner.
5 trebs and then, you know, flatten the castles within seconds.
Well, now Chocobo also adding in some onagers, and that's going to take down those heavy Scorpions from the Persian player pretty quickly. He's just keeping Blue occupied right now. He doesn't even care. He's going to make sure that they don't get raided, and the trade is safe, and that Demo can push. There's no real need for the Japanese player to push in this matchup. And GG's been called.
Definitely.
Yeah, 30 population.
Yeah.
Not much that he could do to stop it. He really needed help from the Persian player or for the Persian player to push forward. But Smurfark, the early raids from Demo really hurting him. And
Just transitioning to elephants now. And I mean, they had no trade. If you look, there's one cart at Red's base, but no market, so they
yeah,
just couldn't do anything to stop it.
the castle from Chocobo, yeah, was really, really nice. That really prevented the trade. So 140 Vil High for Chocobo, 108 for Demo, 79 for Smurf, and 28 for Nick Arg. I'm going to have a look at the food income. 5,600 Chocobo, 4,200 Demo, 1,500 for Smurf Arg. That's pretty big in a Persian-Japanese war.
Definitely. It was quite a fast game, actually.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm expecting them all, after seeing that, I think they'll all be relatively quick games.
Well, for Deathmatch it's a little different. Deathmatch has been so
Deathmatch,
far
I mean.
pretty much one-sided.
It's just like the top DM players versus people who haven't, they've played it a bit maybe, but not very experienced high-level players.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what, random mirror civilizations? Game 2?
Yes, this is a team random. Once again, it's DMGA, and this means that PoJ go 1-up in the best of 3 series that will determine who gets the point, if you can count them for this particular matchup. Nick equals Nikov? No, Nikov is part of Dreamers, ZZ. And Nick Arg is an Arg B player. They're different, and I think Nikov's actually fairly decent at DM, I think. I know Juan is quite good at it.
I don't know a few players from the RM play DM. I'm not sure
Remy
who.
is
I know
apparently very
Rubensov's
good.
Very good at
Remy?
Who is, pardon?
Remy.
Oh yes, Remy's good at DM, Ruben Stark is good at DM, what's the other one?
Fire and Rgeadn are both good at DM.
Fire, Rgeadn... I forget the name. Right.
Improvise is also very good. He's a DM player who transitioned into RM. So having a quick look at Civ, so we have a Spanish-Mayan war. So Demo playing as Spanish in red, and Tokiwa playing in Mayans as green.
There's going to be Paladins versus Paladins, and what, Eagles, Plums, Rams versus Eagles, Plums, Rams, or something like that?
Well, the thing is, for Mayan Wars, I've actually seen some different variations. I've seen the early Eagle Warriors, which can be very effective, which is what Tokiwa is going for right now, actually. He's got an interesting DM build, though. Tokiwa clearly not the most experienced DM player. Interesting that they're subbing Chocobo out for him. Just look at where he's placing his buildings. They're miles away from the TC. If you look at how...
He's got a market already.
He's probably going to be slinging. He won't need all his food, at least. And he's just going to go full Eagles, because that's the most effective starting unit. Because Plumed Archers require castles. Castles take time. You only have a few villages at the start, so it can take you a very long time to start actually having those Plumed Archers to counter those Eagle Warriors. And you can do a lot of damage with the Eagles at the very start.
Yes, same with, again, Demo being very aggressive, picking off builds where he can so he can get the advantage.
The thing is, he'll also mass army at home. He'll have some stables sending paladins across the map to raid, but at the same time he's going to leave some to defend, because on the other hand, if you send those paladins in, you might pick some vills, but you're also going to lose them, which means the other player's going to have a larger massed up army, and you need to get home just in case they push once they clean up your first few units. You don't want to send them all one by one into the other player's base, right?
Well, it's like what Smurfarg's doing. He's got so much less army. He's trying to do too much. He's trying to make Eagles, Plums, and Rams all at the same time. When you can't do it all at the start, you need to pace yourself. Go Eagles, then transition to Plums, and then Rams. You know, because Green could just steamroll everything right now. He's got more than enough Eagles to push.
That's why you go Eagles at the start of the Mayan matchup. Every player that I've seen who is more experienced in DM will just go Eagles, because when you have that massive Eagles, you really need a massive Plumed Archers to start countering them. And you can mass them so much faster. Barracks going up so much faster than castles, of course. And then you transition into the Plumed Archers a little later. It doesn't take that much food, it's mainly gold, but even gold cost is not that much when you compare them to, say, cavalry units. However, he could be in some trouble with purple coming in through the back with some paladins to help out.
But it looks like Purple sacrificed himself a bit too much, because Demo's going to push really hard now. He's got forward siege workshops, he's dropping forward castle, and he's going to try and kill Purple while Purple's harassing Green.
And he's also sending help.
Yeah, I mean, Green's still in a pushing position, even with Purple there, so it didn't help enough. And Red's
but
even
Purple only
help
sent like 15 paladins, and the thing is, you have to consider the fact that Eagle Warriors, when you're massing them up this much, it's so hard to counter it as soon as you lose your Plumed Archer army. Even for castles, the Pierce armor, it's not so bad when they're sitting under castle fire. It's not ideal when you're sitting under 4 castles, obviously, but he will be dropping forward siege workshops, and he's denied a castle at the front. In the meantime, Demo's now wrecking Purple's economy. What economy, I mean? He has no economy.
Demo dropping farms now. Mayan's not actually getting eco, just adding trebs and rams to try and kill all these castles, and once castles are gone, he's only got a few barracks, he won't be able to sustain.
Yeah. Tokiwa actually doesn't need to add much eco, all he needs is gold, which is probably why we saw him drop the market at the start. If you're going so heavy on Eagles, all you need is to buy gold by selling off your other resources, probably selling off some food, because he's going Plumed Archers as well and getting siege, so he's going to need that wood, and he won't need the food as much because Eagles are so cheap in terms of food cost. And
20 food per eagle, it's not much.
Yeah, it's not much at all. And now look at Purple. Queckarg, I think his name is. He's now trying to drop barracks and drop halbs, and it's over, says Smurfarg, and it looks like they're going to call it. It was a pretty fast game.
Yeah. The Conquistador Paladin round combo was very, very strong.
I like the way Smurfarg built his base, but I mean, it's so defensive. He just didn't go the right unit choice at the start, I think, going for the early plumed archers rather than going for the eagle warriors.
Yeah, I think that is pretty much what killed him off, because then he was always on the back foot, and he might have been able to push back, but his ally had died, so he didn't have time to try and get back into it.
So 4,800 gold collected by Tokiwa, bit of wood, and you can see very gold heavy economy balance there because he really needed the gold for his eagle production. 6 castles Demo, 6 castles Smurfarg, 5 for Tokiwa and 1 for Queckarg. Demo having the most vills, Tokiwa really not having much economy, but he had 138 largest army compared to Smurfarg's 76. Yeah, that's a lot. Demo also had more than double of Purple's army.